So you have a fresh new degree in nursing and you need experience in your field to get hired. Well, okay, how does somebody get experience in a field if they can't get a job? This is kind of a paradoxical dilemma that applies to many new graduates, but I would like to stick to like a clinical outlook. Working in a hospital before you apply as a nurse can be extremely beneficial in your chances of landing a job. In your selected field or location, a few things you can gather while you work, though, that will help you along the way is patient relations. So, kind of how you talk to your patients, how you greet them, when you first meet them. And another way is like the general flow of how healthcare works. So, you have doctor, nursing, maybe like kind of a chain of command, and just further things. It's just like how hospitals are set up. Another way that it can be beneficial before you start off as in nursing or just in any kind of field in general, is you're gonna get a general exposure to the workplace, which is really beneficial in medical for the fact that there's a lot of things you've probably never seen before, and coming right into your career, you might want a little experience with something like that beforehand. Um, Another thing is for the job that you'll also kind of come in, kind of just as a natural osmosis almost, is terms and lingo that you may not have known before, may not learn in school, but just something that you kind of just naturally pick up on. And then another thing that's very beneficial, especially in healthcare, is how to identify an emergency. So, like, if all of a sudden your patient's status is completely changed, you can identify that and maybe properly do what you need to do about it. So, in conclusion, getting a job in the hospital will greatly alleviate a lot of stress, for the fact that you don't have to really be worried because you've been in a hospital before. So before nursing, and that can really help you out a whole lot to begin with. And then you kind of just get a general flow of how everything works, which applies to any kind of job, especially medical. You get to understand how get exposure to different medical procedures and situations that you may not have encountered in your natural life before, or clinicals during nursing. You'll also pick up on a lot of terms that you may never heard before, or just like it might even be a location thing that those terms are only used in certain areas of the hospital, or even state or country. And you'll also learn how to protect your patients by identifying an emergency properly. So, thank you for your time.